We're here. Yep. Mic check. Before we get started, what's good, guys? Your boy Good Savage back again. Wrestlemania Night 1 prediction show. Hey, man. It's been a year since. Oh my god, I can't listen. I'm just thinking, man, how close we got to WrestleMania now. I'm thinking of the last year. The year's gone quick, hasn't it, man? I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's good. Big up Scoob in the chat. See you, brother. Yeah, man. Just been on some reflecting. Before we get started, we know we need to do the regular roll call and that. How is everyone feeling? How is everyone's physical and mental health? Is everyone hydrated, nutrition sorted? Yeah, cardiovascular level sorted. Because listen, I'm letting you know, man. If you're out here being a scrub and you physically ain't doing, you know what I mean, then you got no business being sitting down watching this right now. Put your headphones in, earphones in, grab your dog if you got a dog at the lead. If you don't, grab your gal, go for a walk. If you don't, just go on a walk and put earphones in and listen. Cause obviously, I was about to say walk to the park, but if you walk to the park and nobody about and it's a bit, could look a bit dodgy. Cause obviously, you know why. But yeah, man, it's good to be here, bro. I've had a decent day. Got a lot of work done. It's damn near a reason I nearly missed the big up Scooby. I nearly missed the start of this show because I was doing other work on wrestling. I was just editing a video, sort of fantasy booking video. So I'm gonna I'll probably send that one out tomorrow in the morning. Because I've got another one send out after this, and then I just decided to do the football watch along, which I haven't done for a while. So gonna do that at 7:45 as well. So if you're into football, head over to Savage Talks Football. Should be easy to spell. It's the same as Savage Talks Wrestling. Just take the wrestling, replace it with football. Head over there, and you can join me over there as well. And that way you can chop it with me a little bit more because I won't be here for a long time. We only do night one tonight. We're not doing it as a double header. So everything we talk about tonight, there's going to be people who come in later. Savage, can we talk about this match? Can we talk about John Cena? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. It would be easy to separate the show so we can put a bit more detail into the night one shows, even though it shouldn't be hard to predict and stuff because the build's been a bit rubbish, but we already know that. So, like I said, if you want to continue the conversation when we've done here, Savage Talks Football, 7:45, Real Madrid Arsenal. You can chop it with me over there as well. And then obviously we'll be back again tomorrow for night two, WrestleMania prediction show. And then Friday's free at the moment. I'm not going to do SmackDown. I'm not going to do NXT because I feel like I watch NXT, but a lot of people in the community don't. So it's pointless. But what I might do, if you lot are around, we might go on, should we go on WWE Vault on the YouTube channel? We can pull up an old WrestleMania and we can do a watch along. So if you lot want to do that on Friday, then let me know. Probably, I'm not going to do one of the more modern, because the more modern ones are too long in it. So if we go for an old school one, it's going to be about 2.5 hours, which is all right. Whereas the new ones and that, I tell you, one I'm not watching back, WrestleMania 34, that feels like the longest, mate. That's the one when I was like, it felt like I was watching it for 7. I think I was watching it for 7 hours. So bit of a killer, but yeah, big up Morris, man. Why are you talking to yourself, bro? Schizophrenia kicked in and that, blood. I hear it still. The sun will do that to you. That big up to you, man, in London and that the capital, you know, like that. But again, I hope everyone's good, man. Obviously, we always do these cold opens and chill for a little bit because why are we rushing? There's no reason to rush. But since you're there, Morris, and I just spoke to Scooby. How are you doing, bro? Are you good? Are you taking care of yourself? That's my mission, man. That's my mission. Obviously, I'm a bit unfiltered in it, so it sounds like I don't give a shit on that. But nah, man, it's what I do in my day-to-day life anyway, trying to make sure that people take care of themselves. So why would I personal train everybody else and then have my own community and not help out where I can? So it's best that I ask in it. I'm going to be opening up some consultations soon as well. It's not so much to do with this channel. And I'll probably start dropping some more videos on Hugo Online as well because I'm getting a lot of I've been getting like messages and that for years, but I'm getting quite a lot of young men, man. Young men that don't know what to do with themselves and stuff like that. And obviously it's embarrassing for them to say stuff when they're on the channel in the comment section and that, which I understand. So instead of me just getting back to them individually, I realize I've got platforms. It's probably easier for me to just speak on a video so it can relate to more people instead of speaking to one individual person. So a little bit of therapy and a little bit of life coaching. But that's only if you're interested. If you're not, then don't worry about it, man. You probably life's in order in it. But obviously, man, no, I've got a wealth of experience because I've got the street life of Forrest Gump. But Forrest Gump's life was a bit more, you know what I mean, a bit more exciting than that. But this, you get what I'm saying. So, all right, man, let's get into this prediction show. I was gonna say no particular order. So what we start with, I'm gonna go with the. I think this is the order I'm gonna go with anyway. Because let's start with Jey Uso versus Gunther. Only because I actually think this is the. It's already sad that it's not a main event. Um, but then I thought to myself, you can complain about that, and everyone can feel bad for Jay, which I do. But then I'm like, does everyone feel bad for Charlotte and Tiffany? Because they're also WWE champions, and nobody does. So whatever, in it. It's what you make of it. Some things are more memorable than not. Like I think it was Seth Rollins in WrestleMania 35 against Brock. They kicked off the show. Brock had the private jet still running. Seth Rollins won in about 6 minutes. It was quick match and that. Couple kick to the balls, couple curb stomps, and it was over. So now, Morris, we're not doing that co-main event thing. Come on, man. We're bigger than that, man. We know that a co-main event is just not a main event, and it's just what it is. Like what the hell is a co-main event? And I don't know if you're just asking the question. They haven't said it's going to be a co-main event on Raw or anything like that. So if it's not, which would be silly, I will say, even though I think the triple threat matches have got a bit of rubbish behind it, it would be very silly to put Jey Uso and Gunther right. Hey, relax, relax, relax. It'd be very silly to put Jey Uso and Gunther before Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth. That will be top burial because we know they just following that act is going to be pretty tough, and so I think let's go down the other route and let's go from the start of the card and make it memorable and start on a high because obviously, yeah, I don't know. It would be silly to have the kickoffs have them kick the show off. Why would it be silly though? Because I don't understand why it would be silly. Because if which match was it last year? I don't know. I'm probably wrong here now, but wasn't Seth Rollins versus Damon Priest first? I mean Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I'm sure that was first, and then Damon Priest kicked off the show. Because if you don't want that first, then you're gonna have to put the triple threat match first because they can't. I don't think it makes sense having Charlotte and like championship match and then another championship. I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Because wait there, yeah. Because then you go in championship match back to back, unless you're thinking the middle of the card have Tiffany and Charlotte or start of the card. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not me anyway. It's just my opinion, but I don't. When you look at the running order of the card and look what matches are there, yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, yeah. Because if you look at we've had that Seth's main event in the first match twice at WrestleMania, I think. Um. So yeah, wouldn't make sense. You can't kick off the show with something that nobody cares about at all because it'll go flat straight away. Um. But yeah, you're possibly right. I just disagree 100%. I just disagree. It doesn't mean that they won't do it, but I don't want Tiffany and Charlotte to kick off the show. It's not going to get me excited to start the show. I feel like the wrestling crowd at the beginning of the show, once the kickoff show's done and everyone's in the stadium, if everyone knows that, they got to be smart as well. WWE, if they know that Gunther and Jay's going to kick off the show, they're going to get straight to their seats on it. If it isn't Gunther and Thingy or the triple threat match, people kind of take their time to get to their seats, and you have the empty seats and all that business. If you have the kickoff of the show and you got the fireworks and all that stuff, you're going to have the national anthem, and then you start off with Jey Uso coming out the crowd and everyone yeeting. All of a sudden, we're good to go. If you want people yeeting at the end of the show and everyone's tired, yeah, I don't know, man. So yeah, get the crowd in the mood and that, man. But um, I'm not with no Rey Mysterio and the Americano starting the show. I'll tell you what. I'm actually looking forward to the in-ring match of that. I'm letting you know if Gable and it's not even Gable, it's Al Americano because it's not Gable. If Al Americano and Cappuccino and Rey Mysterio and Ice Latte start the show, I'm probably just gonna and I need to make a cup of tea when I'm rushing to get to the screen. I might just take my time, bro. So let's not do that. He doesn't like that's a terrible way to run a show to get boring matches out of the way first. It's terrible. It's a terrible way. It's a terrible way for viewing. It just sucks in it. Like honestly, because what they'll have is like they'll have some downtime in a show, start high, dip, go high again, and finish high instead of starting boring, 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 higher, higher, higher. Because you don't. Yeah. Anyway, we're spending too much time on this. Let's throw your predictions in the chat for the Gun versus J match because that's what I'm doing first on the show today. So um it's gonna be interesting because I wonder if people actually think Jay's gonna win now or are they thinking of going the other way. I don't know. It's very interesting, but I am gonna go with this is a hot. Yeah, you just pull the plug in it. You go with it early. You strap the rocket on Jane now while it's hot. You saw what he was like on Raw. You see how the fans are behind him, and you heard what Triple H said about the live crowd. If you want the live crowd to, you know what I mean, to enjoy it, yeah, you give Jay's Kofi Mania moment, and yeah, I think Jay wins this match. I think Jimmy has some part in this match as well, but I do think this comes from. I don't think Jimmy's going to get involved in the match straight off the bat. I think Kaiser. I think we'll get a beatdown of Jay for a while. I think we'll get a beatdown of Jay for a while to the point where Gunther's like, I can't put him away. Um, and then if he can't put him away, Kaiser might come out, try to do some underhanded thing to distract the referee. Jimmy comes out, stop Kaiser, and then starts cheering Jay along. And then we get Jay with his moment. Get him in the ring. Probably no confetti because it's long to clean up and that, but the crowd will be happy. They'll go, they'll lose it. Everyone will be yeeting. You already know the bars. Yeet there, yeet everywhere, yeet in their hair. And then we'll move on to the next match. But let me see what the chat's saying. Morris said, I wouldn't mind if Gunther wins with the heel turn of Sami Zayn or Jay if they want Gunther to retain. I ain't gonna lie, Morris. You're my guy on that, bruv, but you're starting to sound like Triple H. The heel turn of. Oh, okay. It's all right. I misread. I thought you said the heel turn of Jaden. I was about to say, what? And also, what's the reason for Sami Zayn turning heel? Because I don't know if everyone remembers Sami Zayn from the Bloodline and all the Usos from the Bloodline, but they were heel not so long ago. What is the reason for Sami turning heel? Because Jay didn't do anything to Sami. Sami didn't get injured by Gunther. He got injured in a match with Kevin Owens, and Sami and Jay were cool before that. And I don't want no more of this Triple H not explaining what's happened. Then we're like, oh, it's because I was in hospital and you never checked on me. Well, I'm not trying to hear all of that, bro. This is Jey Uso and Sami in it. If anything, could just keep them away from each other. It's already weird having everyone on the same brand, but the jealousy. But Sami beat Gunther at WrestleMania 2 last year. In fact, the storyline is almost identical, to be honest. But it's he beat him. He beat him last year, bro. Like, yeah, I ain't with that. I ain't with the jealousy thing with Sami. If it happens though, I'm gonna call Stinker straight away because Sami turning heel literally makes no sense. Because all that stuff he just went through with Kevin Owens and all that stuff is because Kevin was the heel and Kevin was wrong. So be interesting though. Big up to everyone in the chat. I'm gonna get to everyone's chat though. Spend a lot of time on that. Let me go. Big up JT. Said I don't think Kaiser or Jimmy get involved. I think going for straight 1-on-1. Okay. You know what? I'm here for a straight 1-on-1. Jay holding the gold till he gets cashed in on in the summer. I'm with you, bro. I like that idea. Big up Ashish. What's up? Big up, bro. Big up Hakeem. Hope you're well, man. Jay's gonna win. Would be hilarious if WrestleMania opens up with going for beating Jay though. Just a load of swerves this year. Yeah, to be fair, the build's been so rubbish that it wouldn't surprise me if that happened. To be honest, WrestleMania 34. Yeah, WrestleMania 34 was so weird because I enjoyed it, but there was some down parts. We had that weird match between John Cena and Undertaker, where all I remember from that match is John Cena sitting next to the crowd in the crowd with people. The referee running up to John saying, "Undertaker's here." John jumping over the barricade while Charlotte was celebrating after that great match with her and Asuka. he'd just walk past Charlotte, and then he got the match. The match was over very quick, and I remember the big boot that didn't connect with John Cena's face, and he sold it like he did, and it ruined it. That was terrible. That we shouldn't even add that to Undertaker's streak, to be honest. That's how bad it was. Like, if people got a problem with WrestleMania 9, Giant Gonzalez, you can't have a bro. The worst part of Undertaker's reign is that match. That's what I'm saying, innit? So, and the other one had chloroform involved, but yeah, stinky. We had AJ Styles versus Nakamura, where they're just kicking each other in the balls and that. So that was, yeah. Anyway, let's move on from there. Morris said straight 1-on-1. I need a killer instinct Jay because I don't think he's shown his capabilities being gone for by himself because he's already. Yeah. But I swear to use that and not listen to me. When I said get Jimmy involved, I didn't. I said don't get him involved in the match. I said get him involved. I said if Kaiser gets involved, get Jimmy to take Kaiser away, so he's not involved in the match. That's what I want because I want it to be a 1-on-1 as well. But I hear you. I felt like WrestleMania 34, the fans being ribbed all night, Nakamura losing Oscar streak, and Cena squashed, Reigns beaten by Lesnar when they made it look like Lesnar was going to lose. I know that it was took so long for Roman to beat Lesnar, innit? But yeah. Anyway, let's move on from there. Think I've got it how I want to do it at the moment. I'm gonna go Jade, Cargill, and Naomi in the next match because I think there will be a downtime in the second hour. So, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Funny enough, in the midst of all these terrible storylines and rubbish builds and that, this actually has a storyline, actually has a build. Has it been done to its greatest capabilities? It has not been done to its greatest capabilities, but at least we've got a new character out of it. We've got heel Naomi. I think she should rethink the caution tape outfit because it's a bit crazy. I like the black, but the caution tape thing is a bit. So I think we get Jade versus Naomi in the second match of WrestleMania. And because I don't think the feud ends with one match, and I think we're going to get maybe 2 or 3, but whatever. Because I think the animosity is so high that you could end this match in a Hell in a Cell. And I'd probably go, or end at WrestleMania Backlash, maybe, which is in Louisiana, isn't it? So I'm going to go Naomi to beat Jade Cargill in this match. I think she's going to do something underhanded, but I do want them to give a bit of time to these women to see their capabilities in ring. Obviously, Naomi's the better wrestler. Jade's more green in the ring, but she's got powerhouse moves and it shades of Ultimate Warrior and Goldberg and stuff where it's like the technical stuff ain't that, but she can do stuff in the ring that gives it a good enough match. This thing where I see people complaining about Jade all the time, I feel like sometimes they just want to complain. But as we saw in AEW, her matches never used to last very long. Now she's come up against a competitor who can do what she needs to do. I feel like, yeah. I think we can do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go Naomi. I think there's not obviously no one gonna get involved in that. I don't expect to see Bianca Belair at ringside or anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Naomi to win this match so we can continue the feud. How's she gonna win? I don't know. She can't kick her in the balls, can she? So probably poke to the eye, referee not looking, something. I don't think it doesn't make sense for if Naomi wins this match clean, then the whole thing's pointless because Jade's trying to get revenge. Naomi's trying to beat the shit out of her. So yeah, go with Naomi so we can continue the feud, and then we get to the chat. Can't be having Naomi lose when she just changed her character. Yeah, I agree with that. Jay said, if anything, I'd love Jimmy to come out and post match and give Jay a hug and Yeet celebration. Yeah, I'm sure he will be there for the Yeet celebration. Bring out Rikishi too, man. Do the 2 cool dance moves and that. Jay versus Cargill, I could see Jade winning, and because Naomi is giving Jade the win here, it puts her at the top contender to win the Money in the Bank this year for me, especially if Bianca wins it too. Yeah, I think your words are right, but I'm with Morris on this one. If you let Naomi lose straight away, remember, like, out of the 2 of them at the moment, Naomi was trying to get away with the fact what she did to Jade. It's not like she came out and owned it straight away. So Jade's the one who wants revenge, and she wants it even more now that Naomi went and beat her up. I don't think it's a smart idea to let Jade win the match. It makes more sense that Jade gets a rematch because Naomi cheats. So I would do that. I don't know in like WrestleMania and stuff like that. I don't normally agree with like countouts and stuff like that, but that's the most you can do for me is somebody like, oh no, Naomi gets herself counted out, and then just like, oh no, we're gonna have to have you in a false count anywhere or a Hell in a Cell, so you can't leave me. But no, I'm not with Jade winning this at all. Jade doesn't have the, I don't even know a singles competitor, but the undefeated stuff that she had in AEW is not really a thing here. So yeah, Scooby said Naomi for the win as well. Yeah, that's what I said, man. That's what I said, man. Run the Hell in a Cell. Run the Hell in a Cell. But you know what? I'm on Morris, man. I'm not trying to hear this first black anything, bro. It actually winds me up because it just makes when people do ask the first black to do this and that, I'm like, brother, just let them fight, innit? You can go in the history books, so just let them fight, man. And you know what WWE do as well. It's not Black History Month, bro, so I don't expect anything like that. You know, like that. They did the same thing with Sasha and Bianca. Oh, it's the first black women to wrestle. And then they started crying and all that. Listen, this is kayfabe and that, man. Stop the foolishness. Yeah. We're not watching it because you're black. We're watching it because you're great. And they're both cold. And that's my opinion anyway, but that's where I feel like society needs to lead towards in it. But you are right with one thing. I think once you've got the first black anything out of the way, then we don't have to talk about it again. But I don't think Hell in Cell's that important to be having it as the first black anything. Like when the women done the Saudi thing, that made sense because it's a big whatever. But yeah, I don't give a damn about the skin color. These two are just cold anyway. Yeah, it's the first singles match for a while, isn't it? I think I seen the graphic earlier actually, but yeah. Moving on from there, I think this is where we go. The men's WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. Yeah, big up Scooby. That's what I'm saying. New Day versus the Viking Experience, the Viking Party, the Viking Warriors, the Viking Gang, the Viking Crew, the Vikings that, with all due respect to Ivar and Eric and Ivar, we don't care, blood. We don't care. And I'm just gonna say this straight away. I actually don't give a damn about anyone's opinion on this one. Give the titles to New Day in it. Give the titles to New Day. They know how to be tag team champions. When New Day had the tag team titles, they made it feel important. And we need that back. We need prestige in the division. We need it. And then we have Street Profits as champions and the New Day as champions, and I'm here for it. And I see the chat's all here for it as well. Big up the chat because we're all in unison with this one. New Day 100% have to win. They already ruined the New Day heel turn because we didn't capitalize on it. They heel turned. They did. Then after that, every PLE they just had random interviews with Jackie Redmond without a match, and then after that, a couple of exchanges with Big E online, and then nothing. Remember when everyone was kicking him out the changing room? Oh, Rey Mysterio, you can't come in the changing room. Now all of a sudden they don't care. Give them the titles, and then we'll see a proper New Day, hopefully, because then they got the screen time. And if anyone, I'm not questioning the New Day at this point. They've had a terrible year in wrestling. It's been terrible. They fought the Viking Raiders about 16 times since 2024 anyway, because this is a Raw match. Let's be honest, we all know this is a Raw match. Big up Gary, I see you in the chat, brother. Give us two solid faces chasing New Day. Exactly. They turned heel because I think they expected Big E return, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Nah, but they knew, innit? They're his friends. They knew he weren't coming back. Because remember, he had been cleared and all that stuff at the time. Just been fine being on TV and all that. I don't even think it's that, bro. Because if anyone's gonna know if Big E's gonna return or not, it would be them. And they took ages to turn the New Day heel. But either way, he come ringside. New Day will have turn heel too. Yeah. Just run the New Day, man. I'm a massive fan of the New Day, and it from pause, but from the Bootio days and that, and it. Bootios, they make sure you ain't booty. Remember, yeah. Don't judge me. Don't clip me. All right. Big up to everyone in the chat. We're doing good so far, man. We're on a roll, man. Moving on. Al Grande Cappuccino Latte Grande versus Rey Mysterio, formerly known as Rey Mysterio Jr. But yeah, they got rid of the Junior. Anyway, technically Dominic should be Rey Mysterio Jr. So yeah, man, let's get this match out of the way. Let's listen. I'm never gonna disrespect Rey Mysterio, and I actually, well, it's not Chad Gable, so I was about to say I actually love Chad Gable, but um, I, I t- this sounds crazy, innit? But like, uh, it's gonna make me so sad, innit? Because I was like, I was pretty excited when he went on his quest and left. I was like, oh, if you book this great, it could be so dope, and they've ruined it, and it's fell flat on its face straight. And it does feel like one of those it does feel like one of those gimmicks where it's just gonna be over with, innit? And Rey Mysterio might as well be the one to put an end to it because he's the lucha. Um, because even the fact that they put Chad Gable himself fought Finger, didn't he, Penta on Penta's first match, and I think they've gone the wrong way about this. You know what I mean? They should have just had him struggle against one lucha, go on his journeys. I told him, use that a few times, but film some footage of him in Mexico, training to fight these guys. Have some people that beat luchas back in the day, JBL or someone like that. JBL would have been perfect, actually. And then picking up all these different styles, and then we could have had a Chad Gable return with all these, like the Mexican style and the British style and the American style, and all these different styles of wrestling to defeat a lucha, and then build it up from there. But instead, we've got this, which feels a bit like Mr. America with Hulk Hogan, and I've already seen that WWE got some backlash from. I don't like this thing, by the way, when everyone's a community, but the Mexican community, I guess, um, because they've been pissed off about the Gulf of Mexico thing. So, well, the Gulf of America thing. So they've changed it now. WWE, they've changed where he's from. So he's not from the Gulf of Mexico anymore. Al Grande is from the Gulf of. I mean, he's not from the Gulf of America no more. He's from the Gulf of Mexico. Whatever, man. You know what? You know, this pisses me off here because one of my favorite storylines ever of all time is JBL and Eddie Guerrero. And that's something what was on the edge. You had JBL kicking people out the country and tracking down immigrants. And it shows how much the world's changed that people are complaining about just the words Gulf of Mexico in a storyline when JBL literally on listen, man. JBL made Eddie Guerrero's mom have a heart attack in Mexico. In Mexico, brother. Come on, man. And then he turned up in the next pay per view. They're getting in the ring before the bell goes. He turns to Eddie while Eddie's staring him down and says, "How's your mom, Eddie?" Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, bruv. JT's one of the greatest storylines to ever exist, bro. It's one of the greatest storylines. Like, people don't understand. JBL was Donald Trump before Donald Trump, bro. It's one of the greatest storylines, man. And I'm sure you like in the chat, because if you was, then I'd block yous. But we're all just humans, bro. We can all get a joke. We can have a laugh and that because we know it's in the spirit of pro wrestling and kayfabe and laughter and fun. And in the end, in WWE, in pro wrestling, the hero would always win, and eventually the hero's always going to win, just like in comic books. So that's the reason why you can take any of these jokes and stuff like that. I don't understand why it's so, like, we've had dark stuff in WWE. I didn't even say it, man, but we had DDP in Undertaker's house as a stalker, bro, filming Sarah at the time, Undertaker's wife, in the shower, creeping through the house. We had, okay, I'm not going to say what Vince McMahon said. I'm going to leave that one, but we had Vince McMahon do the "What's up, my nigga" with the do rag. We had Roddy Piper do blackface, the half and half thing. We had Roddy Piper and Goldust take footage from the OJ Simpson trial of OJ in the Bronco and use it like it was Roddy Piper in the Bronco. We had Katie Vick, we had Schnitzky, we had Heidenreich, we had Michael Cole getting violated, we had a live sex show, we had Kane kick a baby, we had people lose people's babies, we had everything. Yeah, electrocuting Shane O'Mac. We had Vince with Trish while his wife was disabled. You had Eugene. Yeah, we got Eugene. See, and look in the chat. This WWE, if you're watching, Look at the chat. Look how excited everyone in the chat's got already. We're talking about absolute scumbaggery and everyone's happy. You know why everyone's happy? Because we know it's not real, bro. Like, if we watch wrestling, if we watch those stories and thought it was real, it wouldn't have been funny, bro. Because it's like, okay, now you're just being rude, on it. Listen, we offended everyone back in the day. Val Venus, yeah. Like that was the brilliance of if okay, I'm be serious. If wrestling was just offending one person, so if it just went after the Mexicans all the time, or just went after black people all the time, or went after white people all the time, I'd have a problem with it because you're just marginalizing a group. Then the fact that it took the piss out of everyone. In fact, the person who took the piss out the most was Vince. So religious. We had Vince McMahon against God. We had Vince McMahon against God. We had Vince cut a promo in a church. Peep that. We had Muhammad Hassan talk about 9/11 in the ring. Peep that. Do you remember what Vince McMahon said to Sabu Blood? So I didn't know we were in Afghanistan. This is America, brother. We had the maddest stuff. And now we're in 2025 and people are getting pissed about the Gulf of Mexico. I hear it. Hey, man. Pardon my humor, innit? Cancel all the comedians if that's the case, because, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Durag Vince was cold. He had the title. Anyway, let's move on before we get too excited about this, man. Everyone put who you think's gonna win in the chat. It's gonna be Rey Mysterio, but I wouldn't mind it being Alamero. If I thought they were gonna progress the storyline after, I would say this, but I'm gonna go with Rey Mysterio. Because obviously Finger's been using the metal plate in his head and in his mask. So I actually think that Eddie Guerrero, Jesus. I actually think that Rey Mysterio is gonna counteract the metal plate with something else of his own. So yeah. But okay, JT, you know what I think's gonna happen? I think that somehow if they can pull this off, it would be great. But I think that when Rey Mysterio wins and goes to unmask Al Americano, it's not going to be Chad Gable. That's what I think is going to happen in the match. It's going to be hard because it's live and somebody will ruin it and record it on their iPhone. The fucking idiots. You know, like when they start recording Undertaker leaving, coming from underneath the ring. Record it, keep it to yourself, innit? But I think it would be cold if they did, like, you know how Nikki Bella and Thing used to do the twin swap and that? It would be absolutely cold if that's what happened and it wasn't him. There's a little switcheroo. Yeah, but the only problem is, JT, you can do it so Ray can't see it, but I don't know if we can do it while the fans can't see in it. Because you remember when Kurt Angle did that, when they had Kurt Angle in the corner with the hoodie, but he weren't Kurt Angle. I like that, man. But that's what I would go down on that. I hear everyone in the chat. Big ol' Irate Bear. 2 women's matches, too woke for me, guys. 2 women's matches. What do you mean? You got a problem with 2 women's matches being on the card? I don't know. That's normal. But I hear it. Man said Julius Creed, blood. You know the size difference between them as well. That'd actually be funnier. Yeah, you know what, Morris? It'd actually be funny if they picked somebody nowhere near the size of Chad Gable to do the switcheroo with, and then Rey Mysterio just went along with it. Because I'm on the slapstick comedy sometimes, man. Like, they should swap him with R-Truth, innit? With the mask on. That will be hilarious. I swear to you, that match will get such a rating from me if they switch Chad Gable with R-Truth, bro. Bro, if they switch him with R-Truth and Rey Mysterio's just that to like, nah, there's something fishy going on here, bro. And that's what they should do. That should be the woke storyline. They should have. He's got a problem because it's like, nah, there's something that we don't know about you, Al Americano. And it's like, what? Say it. Because we ain't going to say, it's because you're black. Because everyone's too woke. Oh my God, I'm a genius. Run it. Anyway. I think everyone's got their predictions in anyway. Let's move on from... Oh, but it would be cold. It would be cold. I just imagine it because R-Truth would sell it perfectly as well. It'd sell it so great, bro. Just Chad Gable goes under the ring and just comes out black. Yeah. Yes. Run it. All right, WWE, I know you've been watching the videos, blood. Run it, bro. Whoever you got on your team trying to steal ideas and that. Steal this one. Trust me, the fans will be happy with it because R-Truth deserves to be on every card anyway. Let's go. moving on from that match, big up everyone in the chat, man. I hope everyone's having a good time, man. Let's go. I think this is where we go. Charlotte and Tiffany. Tiffany and Charlotte. This is very easy. I don't think there's going to be any skullduggery in this match. And I feel like if you want Tiffany to look strong, if you want her to get out of that little and be taken serious, listen, just put Tiffany on. Just let her win the match, bro. I'll tell you what. I would love it to be a clinic of a match. I would love it. Just like I think Morris said at the beginning with Jey Uso. We've not like people what I'm saying here before everyone gets all bent out of shape in it, because I'm a fan of Tiffany. I think when she beat Mandy Rose for the title and that. We haven't seen Tiffany's capabilities in the match. In the match so far. We haven't seen it. So yeah, I think Tiffany wins, but I think she wins due to Charlotte being too cocky. I feel like if you just go with Tiffany beating her straight and squashing her, it's silly. And it doesn't make any sense either, because clearly she's not as good of a wrestler. It needs to be Charlotte's downfall is the reason why she's lost this match, because she didn't take Tiffany serious and she took her for a joke. Now, I get it. You could just do ring the bell, she rolls her up and wins, but that'll ruin it for the crowd. I would go down the route of what John Cena did. You know when John Cena fought The Rock when they had the back-to-back Manias? The first one, John Cena should have had the match won, and he decided to be cocky, didn't he? He decided to go with the, I'm going to give the people's elbow to The Rock. I would steal that idea. Steal that idea. Charlotte already does a moonsault, so that's fine. Go up, do the figure eight, or do whatever the natural selection. Go to pin Tiffany after the natural selection. 1, 2. Tiffany doesn't kick out. Charlotte grabs Tiffany's arm up in like a cocky way, like, yeah, you know what? I'll show you how it's done. She goes up to the top rope. She goes to do Tiffany's move, and Charlotte can do it because they're both gymnasts, and she does it anyway. And then we get over the top. Tiffany's knees up. Tiffany wraps Charlotte up in the figure eight. Charlotte taps out. In fact, Charlotte passes out. That's what we're gonna do. Because if Charlotte taps out, then you've had a story that's lasted however long and nothing's really happened. You probably have Charlotte pass out. Charlotte's out of it's gonna be, oh yeah, I didn't really lose. I just passed out. I didn't tap out. I just passed out. Tiffany's gonna be like, listen, it wasn't a fluke. I can beat you again. It doesn't matter. Blah blah blah. We can go from there. So, but let me get to the chat. Where we go? Big up JT. JT's Morris says Tiffany for the win as well. Everyone said Tiffany for the win, I think. JT says Charlotte defeats Tiffany via submission to win WWE Women's Championship. Okay. Sorry to say, but I got Flair, the veteran, showing the rookie. It's not Tiffany's time. I agree. The only thing I'll say to you is I would 100% agree with what you're saying if Charlotte's the one who had the belt already. Because I think that they gave Tiffany the belt too early. But the fact that she's already got it, I don't mind if Charlotte doesn't win it at all. If it was the other way around and Tiffany won the Royal Rumble and we're going into this match, I would be like, it doesn't make sense for her to just be able to beat her like that. But I get what everyone's saying. She needs to get submission and make Charlotte tap. Charlotte can get the damn belt at Backlash if she's desperately can't without a title. Yeah, Morris, you need to get this hate out of your heart for this woman, blood. It doesn't make any sense. She don't book herself. After the way the feud has gone, no way she isn't taking her serious on a kayfabe level. Yeah, but I get what you mean. Although there's taking her serious with her attacking her and them fighting and stuff, and there's taking her serious in the ring, in it. So I kind of go with that one. Now Chance Flair is losing after returning after a year and a half and winning at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, hey, big up to everyone. I just think, and I don't know, obviously, because if they don't, everyone's pretending like they know that they don't like each other in real life, innit? But we actually don't know that. We saw one promo, and everyone's assuming. Now, if they don't hate each other in real life, then they've swerved everyone, and they're actually really good at their job. I just think that I don't think WWE's gonna have it just end already. Like I don't like, because that's what Wrestlemania Backlash is kind of for, innit? It used to be like WrestleMania Revenge Tour that never used to be televised, but they kind of do similar matches to whatever happened at Mania, but it's the outcast of it. Now you can do that. You can just win. Tiffany wins. She moves on to a new opponent. But then I'm like, I don't know. It could happen very easily. Like I said, there's two mid card women's titles, and someone like Charlotte probably should go for one of those titles to give some prestige to it anyway, and let the new young up and comings do their thing. But I yeah, Tiffany's got to win this. I think. Obviously, man, know if I'm picking who I want to win and not who I think's gonna win, then I'm obviously gonna pick Charlotte. But um, they are cool in real life. They made a feud interesting guaranteed. Now JT because Cody was out and then come back and won the Royal Rumble in 2023 and then lost the first time to Roman. So same can be done for Charlotte. That's true. That's true. Although it's a little bit different with Roman and Cody because Roman's schedule and he wasn't there the whole time. Like Charlotte and Tiffany's going to be there the whole time. You can you can continue a feud, but yeah, it was a little bit different before. But I hear it. Anyway, that's everyone's pick on that one. Moving on from there, we're going to go into the WWE United States Championship match. First of all, let me just do something. We've lost one there. So everything we said so far. So we've had 2 new champions. Tiffany keeps her title. I think we're going to have 3 new champions in night 1. So we're going to go Jacob Fatu to beat LA Knight in this match. The problem I do have. Is I love LA Knight in it, and he's not getting any younger. And I feel like I don't feel like Jacob Fatu and LA Knight was the way to go, but LA Knight's got to win in it. I think LA Knight's sorry, Jacob Fatu's got to win. There's no doubt about this one. It's not a strong enough storyline to continue, so I feel like this will be the kind of one where if there is a rematch, it will end up being a triple threat rematch or something like that. It won't be a straight up one-on-one rematch. And to be fair, we've done this with LA Knight before, and he lost the title before and then done the same thing and got it back against Nakamura. I feel like if the thing didn't happen with Nakamura's brother, he probably wouldn't have lost the title anyway, even though he wasn't doing anything with it. Jacob Fatu's him. It's very simple. I love LA Knight, but Jacob Fatu is him. It's not debatable for me. It's always been him before he got to the WWE, MLW, Ring of. It doesn't matter where he was. He's always been him. He can cook on the mic. He's got a great character. He's out of most people in the WWE, he's the one who seems like he's just being real in it. Like it's just a real character. And I think that's what we should do. We're probably gonna get Solo versus Randy Orton at some point, which would be on night 2, wouldn't it? But yeah, for me, you don't slow down people like Jacob Fatu, and he's not somebody that needs to win the Money in the Bank. It's pointless. For someone like Jacob Fatu, he doesn't need to win the Money in the Bank. So I'm going Jacob Fatu in this match, but let me see what the chat's saying. Gary said LA Knight to retain. You know what? I understand why you're saying it, but I feel like the crowd will. I feel like they'll revolt. If Jacob Fatu has to win. That's what I feel like, but it's your opinion, bro. I don't think it's wrong opinion. This is an opinion. LA Knight moves to Raw in the draft post WrestleMania and goes after the main event scene. Yeah, I feel like if Jey Uso wins his belt, it's a bit more realistic for people that you would not normally put in that championship spot to go for it because that belt's a little bit different. Jay's of the smaller stature, and we've seen most of these people fight Jey in a tag team match before, so Jey doesn't have the thing about him, the aura about him that people can't beat him because he's been beaten so many times. I mean, when he got the name Main Event Jey from Roman, he was losing all the main events still. It was the irony of being called Main Event Jey was he was just losing the matches. He was beating the shit out of people and losing, and then Roman would be disappointed in him. So, yeah. We don't talk about that man no more, jokes aside, because we just did, but you know what I mean. Don't talk about what no man no. Vince. Nah, Vince is my guy, blood. I'll talk about Vince all the time, bro. Everyone else can hate Vince, bro. Man ain't been found guilty or nothing, blood. And yeah, if there was no Vince, blood, I wouldn't be having this wrestling channel right now, blood. I wouldn't even give a damn. So big up Vince, still Vince McMahon, and bring back Vince for the shock factor, blood. You know them way there. Morris and Fatu for the win. T-Ross says Fatu defeats Knight first kick out of the BFT. Knight moves to. Oh yeah, you would have said that. Not Fatu solo. Yeah, I don't think you go straight into the solo Sikoa versus Fatu thing though. I think it's silly. I feel like you have, because when they had the conversation the other week, it was like you bring the goal back to the family, and Solo was very much behind him. I feel like you have a couple of weeks of Solo getting jealous that he's got the spotlight, and then you bring Bronson Reed back in it. I think that's what happens then. If it gets to the point where it's like, nah, this Jacob guy's out of hand and he's getting too big for his boots, you bring back Bronson Reed to take out him, and then you get Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu for that title for a bit as well. Because I think Bronson Reed's actually, he was doing great stuff before he left, and I feel like his stock is up. If he returns now, he looks like an absolute killer. So that's what I'll do. Jacob at the moment, absolute beast. Being swelled about Solo, and I feel like it'll be a better opponent for. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about. We'll speak about Randy Orton tomorrow, but I'm not too fussed about it, to be honest. Like, don't be trying to give me Rusev, and don't be trying to give me flipping Aleister Black against Randy, because basically whoever Randy Orton fights, he's gonna have to win. So, and if Backlash is in his hometown, and I seen the poster for it earlier, and his face is on it with snakes and that already, he's probably gonna have. He's gonna Randy Orton's gonna start kicking people in the head again soon. I think this WrestleMania is when he punts somebody. Someone's getting taken out. So he might be Nick Aldis, to be honest, bro. Fatu will be world champion in 2 years. I think less. Braun Breaker loses the IC championship in the main event. Wait. We're not doing Braun Breaker stuff yet. That's on tomorrow's card. If only Lesnar come out. Yeah, Lesnar being that would be cold. Already made Solo a bit of a bitch, weakened his character. Yeah. I feel bad for I feel bad for Solo. Like I said yesterday, Solo, he carried most of 2024 on his own. Obviously, Cody done his thing as well, but on the bloodline side, remember Roman lost to Cody and dipped off, and we didn't see him for ages, and it was all Solo. So, hey Morris, man, don't hit me with these apparent lists, bro. You already know, bro. I don't really look at stuff like that because then it just ruins the kayfabe for me, bro. So I'm just hoping that if he said August, I hope he comes back before, innit? Yeah, I mean, because to be fair, like when was back thingy Survivor Series? Was that November? Was it a broken ankle? That's fixed, blood. Obviously, it's gonna take a bit of time for him to do anything on it properly, but yeah, man, that's done, blood. Okay, main event time. Oh, it's perfect as well because we're running into the hour mark. So, oh my god, man, the cost of the Paul Heyman match. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins. This is the one where everyone has a theory and everyone has the fancy booking for this match, so it should be interesting. This is very worrying that I don't care about this match. Basically, I care about Roman. So if Roman's in a match, I'm watching it. But I'm not trying to see all of this like Paul leaves with Seth, and he's been swindling him the whole time and all this bullshit. I'm not trying to hear all of that, man. Like the whole match is stupid already. It feels like we're gonna lead into Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns again. That's all I'm saying, and it feels like we're gonna go down that singles route. We had it at the not previous, but the Royal Rumble back in the past, and that was a good build as well. That was why Roman had the title though. I'm gonna go with Seth to win this match. You know, I think. Actually, I don't know, man. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Thing is, if Roman wins, then I feel like he won't want Paul back. I feel like he won't want Paul in his corner anymore because he won't trust him. So then we get more paranoid Roman and having to deal with stuff on his own. But then, let's be honest, man. Do you trust? I'm not blaming Roman, but do you trust Roman to be around after? I don't trust him to be around after to sell the story. So, um, yeah, Morris got the same thing. I only care about Roman. Um, this is interesting. It's only interesting because I just don't. WWE's build's been rubbish. Sometimes you can do a great build and you don't know where it's gonna go. Sometimes you can do a rubbish build and you don't know where it's gonna go. And this is the opposite. This is a rubbish build. They've made Paul Heyman the main focus of this, and I feel like we've got a few issues here because we've done the Seth Rollins and CM Punk thing already, but we've done the Roman and Seth thing already. We haven't really done Punk and Roman properly, but nobody cares about it because there's no bout involved. And he ain't gonna fight for the custody of Paul Heyman, really, is he? That would be terrible. This is. I feel like Seth needs to end it. He needs to, like, for Seth to be able to move on. He needs to end. He needs to beat CM Punk. He needs to beat him. Roman. I feel like we feed a bit more into the Roman and Paul Heyman thing. Maybe a distraction on accident. There's no disqualifications in this match, remember? Yeah, there's no disqualification in this match. Steel chair is definitely going to be used in this match. Trust me. Trust me. Steel chair will be used in this match. The way they've built it is like last year WrestleMania we had Roman with the steel chair get distracted, and then it caused Cody to win because he took Seth out. I don't think we should be doing the opposite this year because it's a bit cheesy and they already did it on Raw. I think it continues past post WrestleMania as well. Um, I think it's going to be one of them weird finishes, you know. I think it's going to be one of those Punk gets speared. Ah, I got a fit. You know, like them old them Shawn Michaels finishes where like he gets hit with a move, but he lands on top of the opponent and wins. I feel like that's what we're gonna get. I feel like Roman's gonna do something to Seth. He's gonna fall on top of Punk and get the pin. But I need to find a way to get Roman out the ring. I think Paul Heyman gets involved. I think Paul Heyman gets involved. I think Paul Heyman gets involved. I think Paul Heyman. I think yeah. This is my final now. I don't care if I'm right. Who cares about being right? I don't get paid for it. My final thing is at some point in this match, Roman is going to try and kill these fuckers, bro. I'm talking about like he's gonna be absolutely outraged. He's gonna pick up this chair to hit Seth or Punk or somebody. Nah, not Punk. Fuck's sake. Yeah, someone. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't. Everything I just had in my head's gone now. Because I'm thinking that Paul Heyman could like try and pull the chair off Roman, not to try and interfere in the match, but to try and stop Roman absolutely taking out Punk. You distract Roman, that would, and then Seth gets the pin on Punk. Morris. That's a good one. Paul hitting. I don't think Roman's gonna hit Paul with the chair on purpose, though. I don't think he would ever do that because it kind of doesn't make sense for his character. But if he accidentally does it when Paul tries to take the chair off him, all right. Punk gets hit with a spear. Punk's down. Seth is already down. He's already out the ring. Roman grabs the steel chair in the corner. He's about to turn around and hit and finish off Punk with the chair. Seth is up. Roman doesn't know that. Paul's trying to take the chair off Roman because he's going to smash up CM Punk with it. He actually, when he grabs it, obviously he's stronger than Paul, so he hits Paul with it on accident. He gives that overcast look like, oh my god, I can't believe I've hit the wise man with a steel chair. Turns around, hits Seth with it. Seth falls on top of Punk, gets the victory. That's my pick. It sounds crazy, but in my head it makes complete sense. because Roman will be all baffled by what he's done to me. And there's no title on the line in it. If there's a title on the line, I feel like Roman wouldn't be that distracted by Paul being knocked out with a chair. Just go and get the victory. But Seth's got to win for me. He's got to win. And to be fair to Seth, yeah, I don't know if people have realized like his losing streak in these big matches is kind of bad. It used to be really good, and now it's kind of bad. Like he lost all of those matches to Cody, all three of them. And he's lost to CM Punk on the Netflix. Was it the Netflix one? I feel like it was Netflix. January the 6th. He lost to him there. He lost to Roman at Royal Rumble. He lost last year at WrestleMania to Drew McIntyre. Like Seth always loses. Now I'm thinking of it, he actually always loses. So I think we get that because then it does set up. Punk gets defeated, but then we go down the route of Seth and Roman because Roman's had enough for Seth. I hear it still. Big up to everyone in the chat, man. Flipping out. I also think Seth beats Punk in the trilogy at Backlash, which is why Reigns wins at WrestleMania. Okay, that's cool. Preston Heyman in the match. Yeah, God forbid if it's a swerve and Paul remains with Roman, it would be underwhelming. I feel like the whole build's been so underwhelming already that they have to do something good to finish this off. They have to. And Seth always is going to have the animosity of Roman, but he's not so much bothered about taking Roman out anymore, what he was doing with the bloodline stuff, because all he wanted to do before was get the title off Roman so he couldn't be part-time with it and all that stuff, and Cody's a better champion. Whereas Punk, he absolutely hates Punk, and I don't think Seth doesn't like Punk in real life on it, so I feel like that's always going to be great to have and go back to. And if they do it right and they have one more match, because one more match at Backlash would be two, and they've had two matches done since Punk's been back, and then you finish off the final match next year, WrestleMania. You separate them because none of them have a title, and then you go full circle and build it back around, and then you get Seth versus Punk 3. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, then it's Seth versus Punk 4, and everything I said makes no sense. But I'm talking about since Punk's been back. I think it makes it perfect then, because then it's almost like what you had with The Rock and Austin, where The Rock just couldn't beat he couldn't beat Austin. So yeah. Reigns has never beat Roman in the PLE. It's happened on Saturday. Yeah. Although it still won't be 1-on-1, will it? Still be another triple threat match, like when Seth beat him. But yeah, that's my final pick, man. That's the end of the show. Yeah, he hates him. Because even in interviews and that, when they ask him about Roman, he'll still say all these things about him part-time, and they're like, but obviously he actually said it in the interview from about 2 months ago now. He said, I love Roman though. Like, I'm always going to love him. But he said, Punk, I hate him. And that, I actually like the story with him and Punk with the AEW stuff, because I like the fact he keeps bringing him up. So, yeah, man. Hey, love for the love, Hakeem, man. 10 years later, Reigns, and he gets, hey man, I'm here for it. Listen, I'm never going to complain about Roman Reigns winning. Just let everyone know that. If anyone's new to the channel, I'm never going to complain about Roman Reigns winning. But I'm just thinking the build's been so rubbish that I'm looking at story-wise. Because the thing is, let's all be honest, even if you're the biggest Roman Reigns fans, nobody trusts Roman to be back after WrestleMania, bro. So win, lose, or draw, we're going to see like 6 weeks off from Roman. Just let everyone know that. And it's even worse if he doesn't leave with Paul Heyman, because then we're going to have Paul Heyman with Punk on the show. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. Big up Alexander, man. Late to the show, but we're about to go. You know, like that. And that rhymes. Don't hate the player, hate the game. We are back tomorrow. At the moment, it's built in for 6:30 tomorrow, but it might change to 5:30 depending on what I've got to do. I normally just pull it at 6:30 because it's a decent time, but I've got personal training and that to do as well, brother, and I got my dog and that. So yeah. So, but if it changes, just look out on the channel. But yeah, we're back tomorrow with Night 2 prediction show. Friday, I spoke to you at the beginning of the show, but people who weren't in the beginning of the show, if you want me to do a watch along on Friday of an old WrestleMania, there we go. Yeah, if you wanted to do a watch along of an old WrestleMania on Friday, because I'm not going to do NXT prediction, although we could do NXT prediction within that, so that would be a bit easier. Then let me know, and then I'll set that up, and we'll start at like 5 o'clock, something like that, on Friday, and we'll find one to do. I'm not doing a long one in it, but also there's no fingers as well. There's no adverts on the YouTube channel for for the vault stuff, so that will make it a little bit easier because it means we can we can just do this watch along straight through and it won't take us long. You know, like when you go onto the Netflix or when you go onto not what used to be the WWE network, when you go onto the old pay per views, because there's no adverts, you realize how much adverts take up time because all the shows that are like 3.5 hours and that, you go on there with no ads. This shit's like 2 hours, hour and 45 and that. So yeah, we'll do that as well. We'll do that. So I I best have to put a poll up on it and see which match you lot pick to do the watch along in. Like I said, if it's over 3 hours and that, I'm not doing it, bro. No, man, I'm not doing it. Not when I've got the whole weekend of watch alongs to do. But yeah, we'll see. Big up JT said SmackDown and Hall of Fame. Nah, you know what it is, JT? We stopped doing the last SmackDown watch along was about 2 weeks ago, a week ago, and I said after that one I'm not doing it ever again because it was terrible. It was terrible, and the Hall of Fame watch along is actually pointless. It, I've done it in the past, but the Hall of Fame one's actually pointless because I can't talk to you in it. Like I either can remember the one thing I can do with a watch along with the wrestling. I can watch the wrestling and not hear the volume. I can lower it a little bit. With the Hall of Fame, it's all speeches, so I can either watch it or don't watch it. I can't do, and yeah, I'm probably not even going to stay up to watch it to be honest. With how the weekend's going to go with all the watch alongs because it's a bit of a long time for me, man. But you're welcome to join on Saturday and Sunday though. We've got the WrestleMania watch alongs and JT. The schedule's already there, so hit the notification bell to remind yourself, and we're all good. But yeah, watch alongs for PLEs only. We do. With the last couple of weeks, we've done SmackDown and Raw, but they've been bad. And we used to do Raw after Mania, but it got ruined for me. So maybe if you're just gonna bring Alistair Black back on Rusev back on Raw after Mania, bro, that's not good enough for me. So but we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, I'll put a poll up. I'll go through some WrestleMania matches now, and I'll pick a few out. I'll try not to pick any what's like. I don't know the age of the chat, bro, but I won't pick like WrestleMania 1 and that. All right, God. It's long trying to get through them Andre matches sometimes, bro. Just bare walking slow and that. But big up Andre, though, legend, but that's definitely a man of his time. God, Big Show's like 10 times faster than him, just letting man know. So, but I'll put a poll up. I'll do that in a bit. Probably put 4 matches there, and then we'll see. Okay, Bill, I didn't even see this, bro. Big up, brother. Big up, Alexander, man. My 5th Mania watch along with this channel. Jesus, is making it seem. Oh my God, 5. My guy, you know, brother. I appreciate the support. Big up for the 199 super chat as well. Go straight to the Pablo Fund, and you already know we get craves on this channel with them funds and that. So anyone, no super chats required. Obviously, when there's a busier show and stuff like that, we're in a watch along. Send a super chat in if you want to get your comment read out on the screen and that because it's a bit more busier and I'm trying to watch stuff. But you don't have to send it. Super stickers and that are, you know what I mean? If you want to send it, it's go straight to the Pablo Fund for the craves and that. And speaking of Pablo, it's actually, fun fact, if you might want to do super chats, Pablo's birthday's on Saturday, bruv, on WrestleMania night. No joke, bruv. Man's 4 years old on WrestleMania night, bruv. So, yo, might want to save the Pablo, yeah? I might put a little Pablo fund up and that. Man and get the boy craves. He's looking at me like I'm a. You wanna show the man them? Because I know they don't believe you. Come here. Yeah, WrestleMania 37. Fucking hell. Big up Morris, the 6th one as well. I respect all of you, man. Big up Gary. Yeah, man, WrestleMania 36. Okay, big up the boys Zen and that, bro. 1 second, man. Let me. Yeah, and Pablo, come here. God. Alexander, man, he sent. Come here, man. He sent you a super chat. The least you can do is say thank you, brother. You get me? See this blue one here. He sent you, bro. Look at the screen, brother. I found Savage through this Love of the Fiend 2019. All right, bro. The Fiend's my guy, blood. R.I.P. Bray and that, bro. Pablo, say hello to the people. Bark or something. Oh! Run breaker thing. Oh! Now, why are you pissed? You're gonna jump off. Man's on a suicide attempt, you know. Look, man, them are saying, yo, look at this, man. Bear happy birthday messages, you know, Pablo. Bear happy. Listen, you're a hater, bro. You're a hater, bro. JT Brunbreaker, legendary man. Yeah, see, that's why I done it, because when you mention Brunbreaker, he starts barking. This is not. He's ran off and lost it now. Brunbreaker. Yep. 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 That's the normal. Yep. That's why we don't normally mention. Fuck's sake. This is why I try not to mention Brunbreaker. For fuck's sake. Pablo, allow it, man. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. It's not that serious, bro. He ain't even hit, bro. It's not that serious, bro. Sit down, man. Sit down, bro. Bro, you don't understand. This started in NXT, yeah. Brunbreaker came out. See, he's gone, bro. Brunbreaker came out, started barking, and ever since, this is the issue you get. Big man, allow it. Allow it. Yeah, we're screwed. We're screwed. Nah, then it came from Brunbreaker barking. That's the point. He came. Fuck's sake. Pablo. Allow it, man. Can you go in the Marvel bed? Thank you. I'm sorry. I apologize, bro. It's their fault, not mine. Big up the demon team. Fucking hell, bro. Yeah, you know what? Big up, man. You know what happens, bro? I'm forgetting it. So then when I'm gassed when I'm watching like a Brunbreaker match and he comes out and that, I just look that bro, and he goes off and then yeah. And then when he does that, it sets off the rest of the neighborhood of their dogs, their little chihuahuas and shit. But nah, man, this has been a fun show today, guys. We enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it, man. More than the hour mark as well. I just said in an hour's time, if you're new to the channel, you're a subscriber. In an hour's time, I'm on Savage Talks Wrestling. I mean, Savage Talks Football. I'm going to be doing Arsenal versus Real Madrid versus Arsenal watch along. If you want any more conversation, come over and jump over there as well, because I ain't done any more. I ain't done any watch alongs in a while. Just put it that way. But Real Madrid's playing, so it is what it is, man. And people are gonna come along to see me out when Real Madrid lose. It's fine. I didn't know as you was alive. I was rewatching the first Mania I saw entire WrestleMania 28. I hear it, man. Yeah. Head over to there, man. Head over there. Savage Talks Football. You'll find it straight away. And yeah. Anyway, let me get out of here. Take the U out for some reason. It's like on some monsoon wind thing going on here, some tsunami thing. So I don't know what's going on, but I got to feed him and all that as well. But yeah, jump across and then we'll talk later on. Again, I'll put the poll up. I'll try not to forget it, but I'll definitely do it tonight anyway. And I've got just before I leave, I can preview actually, just so usually I won't forget. So tomorrow, is it tomorrow? I've got. Because I'm on it, man. I told you guys, man, the content, I'm back. I'm feeling it again. So the next couple of videos I got coming out, we did this one yesterday, and we've got this one dropping today. Should be dropping today. And then we got this one dropping tomorrow. So there's enough content coming out. Or I might save this one for Friday. Makes more sense. But yeah, so there's enough content, man. Just do me a favor on it. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for super chats and all that stuff. Just share the videos on your social media platforms if you can. And then that's it. But yeah, man, I hear it, bro, BT. Big up, man. Love for the love and that, man. As I said, we'll be back. Yeah, Morris, you already know the vibes, bro. You already know my thing, blood. You know what I mean? Bianca here with me. Yeah, same blood. You know what I'm saying, blood? Trust me. You know you like that little. You want to show you again? I know you like the thumbnail. Little sex. Yeah? Yeah. Little Naomi in the background and that. Do my thing and that. Yeah. Come on. You know I'm about, man. But hey, listen. We know what we do. We know what we're about to do. The great man once said.